Have you ever wondered, how do you starve the flesh and feed the spirit? See, when it comes to the problems like repetitive sins, like lust and other sinful addictions, people think the solution is, I just need to be more disciplined. But what if I told you that becoming more disciplined is actually a distraction? I'm going to expose everything that doesn't work and what actually works. And I know this because I was a slave to lust from the ages of 12 to 36, and that was 24 long years of slavery. And now I've been completely set free from lust for over 2 years. See, I've tried it all. I've tried reading the Bible more, praying more, fasting several times, going to ministry school, joining men's purity groups. I'm here to tell you that discipline doesn't work to solve the real problem that you're actually trying to solve. Discipline is but a supplement. It's not the main solution. Thinking that you can just grow in discipline will only keep you distracted, and that's exactly what Satan wants. The solution is not to pacify your sinful addictions raging within. No, the only solution the Bible teaches is killing. You must understand that you can't pacify this problem. The only way out is to thoroughly kill the problem. The real problem is that every single human being is born with this parasitic cancer within. The Bible calls it the slavery to sin. Paul teaches us in Romans that as long as we don't kill this parasitic cancer, this cancer will eventually kill us and end up dragging us to hell. And Jesus came to solve this huge cancer problem. Hi, my name is David Kim. I'm a pastor and a missionary that is passionate about preaching the original gospel of Jesus. If you want to learn the Bible and explain it more clearly, please subscribe to this channel. All right? Jesus said, anybody who is still a slave to sin will not be saved. And Jesus promises that He will make a way so that through Jesus, we will be able to kill this cancer once and for all. Jesus calls His solution attaining the new birth. But to be able to get the new birth Jesus promised, the first life that is infested with this parasitic cancer has to be totally killed first. If the first life that has this cancer doesn't die, there is just no possible way for you to experience the new birth Jesus promised. Jesus said, anybody who doesn't get truly born again will not be saved. We must get completely reborn to a brand new life that is free from the cancer that is killing us and dragging us to hell. That's the slavery of sin. Paul explains this clearly in Romans 6. He says that the slavery of sin can only be killed one way. It can only be killed by 100% believing in God's promise. God promises to kill this cancer if we truly believe that He will do it when we get water baptized. If you don't believe me, I beg you, please read Romans 6. This is what Jesus calls getting born again through water baptism. But where did Jesus get this concept of being born again through water baptism? Jesus got it from Ezekiel chapter 36, where God promises to kill the slavery of sin through water baptism. And by doing so, God promises to give us a new birth that is free from the slavery of sin. And right after giving us the promise of killing the slavery to sin, God promises to baptize with His Holy Spirit those who truly believe in His promises. And it's only after you've been baptized with the Holy Spirit that the Holy Spirit can live inside of your body. And this Spirit of holiness will empower you to be able to live a life of holiness and obedience to Jesus' teachings. This is the original gospel that Jesus and the apostles preached. But sadly, most Christians who are addicted to lust and other sinful addictions have never heard this before. This is why in the book of Acts, everybody who gets saved got baptized in water and baptized in the Holy Spirit the very same day they believed in Jesus' born-again gospel. Why did it happen like this? It's because everybody who evangelized believed 100% the words of Jesus. Unless you get born again through water baptism and baptism of the Holy Spirit, you can't die to the slavery of sin. You can't have the indwelling of the Holy Spirit, which means you cannot live a life of holiness, which means you can't get saved, which means you will go to hell. So can you see what's at stake here? That's why when they evangelized, they made sure that every new believer in Jesus would first die to the slavery of sin through water baptism and receive the Holy Spirit to live inside of their bodies through getting baptized in the Holy Spirit. And then right after, they saw the proof that this had happened when they immediately saw the gifts of the Holy Spirit appear in the lives of new believers. This happened because they were told what to expect when the baptism of the Holy Spirit Spirit happens, you will speak in tongues just like Jesus promised in Mark chapter 16. This was the miraculous proof that God had accepted them. Paul calls receiving the miraculous baptism of the Holy Spirit, he calls it being sealed for salvation by the Holy Spirit. Experiencing the baptism of the Holy Spirit was the guaranteeing proof that you really got the new birth. So it's only after we understand this game-changing truth about the new birth and the freedom from the slavery of sin in Romans 6 that we can understand what starving the flesh and feeding the Spirit really is. This concept is mentioned in Romans 8, which obviously comes after Romans 6. And it's only for born-again Christians who have first experienced the truth of Romans 6. They got set free from the slavery to sin already because they believed in the gospel that Paul taught about baptism. Paul commands us to live obeying the Holy Spirit. He commands us to live in the realm of the Holy Spirit, entertaining only thoughts that are led by the Holy Spirit, getting strong in the Holy Spirit by praying in tongues. I'm saying all this to emphasize there is hope for you, but it's only through getting truly born again and experiencing the complete new birth that Jesus commanded. If this message has blessed you, you're going to see a video that's going to pop up in your screen. I really want to encourage you to click on that video because it helps us to send a massive signal to the YouTube algorithm to help us find more people just like you who deserve to hear the born-again gospel of Jesus that has the power to set them free from the slavery to sin. All right, God bless you. Have a great rest of your day.